Alright, so today we're going to be doing a review of the iFlight Nazgul Evoque. You can see this is a really nice looking, ready to fly, or I should say, I guess, bind and fly FPV freestyle quad. But before we talk about the quad itself, I just want to mention the box and everything because it was actually so nice. It comes in this foam cutout box, everything just thrown in here now. But it came with 2 stacks of propellers. I'm not sure if this green set was extra because they sent it, but you get at least 2 sets of these gray props, which is nice because if you're running lower camera angles on your GoPro, if the props are in view, the gray will help minimize. That's the least visible color in the camera. It also came with 2 antennas, and one on the quad, and I got an extra one here. Came from some spare antenna mounting if you're using a 2.4 gigahertz system. This one I got actually came with Crossfire. I chose the Crossfire option and it came already installed, and there was a sticker here and it said remove sticker to bind. You can remove the sticker and you can get access to the bind button, which is really nice. It also in the box came with these, I don't know if you can see it, these battery pads. So the top plate is actually half a millimeter milled out. So these sit in there and they give you 2 sets, so you give an extra set, which is awesome. And then the prop nuts, and it also came pre-mounted with this GoPro mount, and I'm using a Hero 9 Black, so it has the sort of like legs things already in it, and it came with this nut that you put through there, and you screw it in to tighten it down, and it's nice and secure. I'm not sure how I feel about this mounting. It is nice and simple and easy, and it's lighter than like a whole case. However, you know, there's 0 protection for the GoPro, so take what you can. There's 4 screw mounts here that you can do, so if you wanted to do your own mount, you could easily do that. And the box also did come with a USB cable, however, it came with a USB-C. I'm not sure if this is like an early version. I've had this quad for quite a while now, I'm just now getting to it. But this flight controller actually uses a USB micro, so that's kind of funny. You can't use the cable. Hopefully this is just an older version, because most of their flight controllers now do use USB-C. But either way, it's just USB cable, but I thought it was a nice touch. So that was enough about everything that comes with it. Let's take a look at the quad first. The frame itself is very, very beefy. These arms are, I believe, 6 millimeters. Then you have a 3.5 millimeter bottom plate and middle plate. So this center section, this is a thick quad. And the reason for the arms being so thick is if you look on the bottom, you can see they have this like LED wire kind of embedded through the center of the arms here. You have the iFlight logo as well. And then the sides through here. Let me go ahead and plug this in. I know it's daytime out, so you probably can't see it very well. You can see the green kind of lights up. So it's emitting from the center, or from the front here, so it doesn't quite penetrate all the way through the back. It's not nearly as bright. But you can see the iFlight logo on the bottom. And if you're night flying, this definitely looks pretty cool. So along with that, you also see all this neon green TPU, which is pretty cool. It gives it a really nice look. However, it's not really necessary. I mean, I guess if you're like hardcore bando flying, you know, this front protector might be nice, or these arm guards. But it does add a lot of weight, and like I said, with the frame being so thick, this is a heavy quad. And using a Hero Black, the GoPros just keep getting heavier and heavier. So this is not a light quad all up, which I'll talk more about later. And then you can probably also notice these side plates. This is actually molded, so this is not 3D printed. These side skirts are completely molded, so it's extremely nice and premium looking. However, it is a lot of weight, but it does look pretty sick, I gotta admit. So going over for the parts, for the motors, we have the Sing E. This is their like economy line pro versions. So I think this is just the V2 of these motors. These are 2207 1800 kV. And from what I can tell, because I've had the original version, I think all they did was change the bell design to be stronger. I'm not fully sure, but they're perfectly good motors. And they're paired with the Nazgul. I think these are F5 props from iFlight. They don't list the pitch, but if I had to guess, they're probably around a 5146. And you can see on the arms, you also have these protectors, which is nice. So if you hit something, or you bend a prop and it comes down, it's not going to chop your wires. And then everything goes inwards to the 4-in-1 ESC and flight controller, which is just pretty much a standard iFlight stack. We also inside have an iFlight VTX, which goes up to 600 milliwatts. And we have a buzzer already mounted up front. However, they have everything pretty much turned on. I hate the buzzers. I turn it almost completely off, except for a switch or for a failsafe. Moving upwards to the camera, we have the iFlight Race Cam, so it's their own specific camera. The quality, I don't actually have any DVR because my DVR is broken right now, so I can't show you that. So if you need to see DVR, you can check it from another video, but the quality was pretty good. I found in some situations where I was changing from dark to light, the white balance would get a little weird and it would be really very blue for a second, but then it would go back to normal. So definitely not a bad camera, and I see absolutely no reason to switch it out. So yeah, I don't really have too much else to say about the quad right now, so let's get into some of the raw GoPro footage. I'll just let that run so you can just see how it flies and you can hear it a little bit. The only things I changed about the quad, I didn't change any of the tune. All I did was change the rates. I didn't like the ones they had on there. They're a little bit high, so I went to the default Betaflight rates, as well as just doing some radio setup with like deadband and min throttle values. Oh, also they have the default motor idle to 7%, which I think is really high. I usually run 4% on everything, so I just put it at 5%, but that doesn't really matter. Maybe a little extra hang time when you're idling upside down, but yeah, everything else is stock. Alright, so that was the footage. Let's just go ahead and give a sum up of the quad and my opinions on it. I'm actually a really big fan. I know a lot of people are of this thing. It flies just about as I would expect a freestyle quad to. If I built something custom, I mean, it would be lighter, yeah, because I'm not going to use this TPU. I wouldn't use these side plates. I'd probably use a lighter frame, but like, for what you're getting out of this, I think they hit the mark exactly what they wanted to do. And it's definitely very beginner all the way up to expert friendly. There's not really too much bad I can say about it except for the weight, really. Like I mentioned, the camera isn't the absolute best, but it's not anything that you would need to switch out. It's just in some situations, I didn't like the image it produced. But other than that, I think it's really great all around. I love having this XT60 mounted in the back here. When I put the battery on with the GoPro, the wire lines up perfect, perfect length to keep it nice and tight out of the props with a regular R-Line 1300 6S, and with the battery on it and the GoPro, the mount, the what's it called? The center of gravity is directly over the flight controller with the battery on there. And it just flies really nice. The tune, I'm pretty sure it's a custom tune, and if it's a default, it doesn't really matter because it flies great. It definitely does have some wobbles and some oscillation prop wash, but I think that's just because it's so heavy. So running it without the TPU and taking the GoPro off, you could definitely get in a better flying quad, but I mean, the GoPro is kind of the whole point of the freestyle quad, so... So yeah, I don't really have too much bad to say about it, and this is definitely going to be what I'm using for any freestyle or any GoPro shots I'm going to be using forward. And if I break it, I'll probably just get another one because I don't see a point in building something because it's a nice quad. That's all I have to say. So there'll be a link down in the description below if you're interested. I'll try to link somebody else's review of it just so you guys can get DVR of the FPV camera if you need that, since my DVR is currently not working. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.